If you're an eldest daughter, a niece, or a sister of somebody that you think needs care currently, stop before you take any action at all and just take a few moments to listen to me. There is a thought process in people's minds that when somebody is elderly or vulnerable and the family thinks, well, they probably need a little bit of care, what tends to happen is that the eldest daughter, a niece, or a sister will reach out to a care home, speak to the care home, and next minute you find that mum or dad are in the care home. It doesn't have to be that way. And there's a number of reasons why you should be thinking something alternative to that. First one is family and friends do tend to feel guilty about the fact that they put their mum or dad in the care home. And just imagine this, the story of it. If you're going to move mum or dad into a care home, you're probably going to have to put all of their belongings into one room in that care home. And they'll certainly feel as if they've lost their own independence. And if they have pets, there's not many care homes out there that would allow you to put your pets in there. And of course, they're in a care home where there's going to be multiple residents, and not everybody's going to like the companions, their new friends that they're going to have within that care home. And also, there's a lack of choice, isn't there? Food has to be cooked at a certain time, and the menu is going to be the menu that they decide upon. And in terms of activities, I mean, statistically, there's only about 30% of residents of care homes that actually ever leave the care home to go out to do any activities. And I'm not sure that that's what I would want from my mum or dad. And again, statistics from the government indicate that there's a higher prevalence of falls and hip fractures for people that actually stay in a residential care home compared to staying in their own home. That's probably one of the reasons why in this day and age and following the COVID challenge, that there's been a reduction in the number of elderly that actually now go into care homes. It's a reduction of something like 3.2% of people now over the age of 65 going into a care home, which is quite surprising as the population itself in the UK is growing quite significantly. If you are thinking about mum or dad going into a care home, there are alternatives. And maybe you should be speaking to someone like me who's a quality care advisor. And let's think about what alternative might be out there. Have you looked at live-in care? Live-in care, you see, it's a one-to-one relationship where somebody lives in your own home looking after mum or dad, or indeed mum and dad. You see, you don't need to split them up. Dad doesn't need to go in the care home and mum stay at home. And then you're thinking about their social activities and social life. They can maintain their social life with the live-in carer. They can go out to their clubs. They can go out and do their hobbies by remaining in their own home. It's familiar to them. And if it's familiar to them, their mental health and well-being is going to be at a higher level than if they're actually put into a care home, where it's going to take time to adjust. And by staying in the family home, familiar surroundings, but also you can keep the pets. The living carer works with the family to make sure that their wellness is number one priority. After all, it's a one-on-one relationship. You can guarantee better nutrition. You can guarantee more exercise, which improves mental health. And talking about the falls that tend to happen in care homes, there's a 75% less chance of anybody falling if they're staying in their own home. Imagine mum or dad now can stay in the home, mum and dad together as a couple can stay together, and the carer will be there to help them get up in the morning, make them a nice cup of tea, get a breakfast if they want the breakfast. If they don't want the breakfast, we can delay the breakfast and they can have breakfast later in the day. There's no set routine here with live-in care. They can help with the washing and dressing, medication reminders, and all the meals will be home-cooked meals. And what we're seeing here is a high level of companionship. They can go out and about. They can meet their friends. In fact, the friends can come round. And probably you'll feel less guilty about the fact that they're staying in their own home and you can pop in and visit whenever you like, just like you used to. So, if you have been thinking about mum or dad, don't immediately think of a care home. Reach out to a quality care advisor at somewhere like Network Living Care, and maybe we can give you some ideas as to what the alternatives could be. If you want to speak to me, I'm happy to take a call, 0121 728 8958, or take a look at our website, Network Living Care. That's networklivingcare.co.uk.